Hello and welcome back to Seaside Garage and the C25 project. I have been working hard on this camper project because we have a dream about going on a trip this summer in it, but it needs a lot of work. It's really rusty and there's a lot of mechanical issues and other stuff. But yeah, I've been working really hard and it's now 4 days ago that I actually went to the MOT. So sorry for keeping you guys waiting, but let's take a look at the current situation. Because yeah, this Thursday I went to the MOT for the first time. And I had a feeling that it was not going to succeed at the first time because it rarely does that. For me at least, there's always something that I have forgotten. But there was a lot of factors in this car that I was worried about. Does it pollute too much? And is the rust fixed? And the brakes, this car being a 4x4 cannot be tested on a regular brake stand. So it has to be tested on the road by feeling pretty much. So yeah, there was a lot of things to be worried about. I went there and they took a look at it. This is the piece of paper that he gave me. And no, it did not pass. One thing, the tires. One of the tires was extremely bad. All 4 tires are very old on this one, but one of them had some cracks in it and it was just not good enough. And it was not a big surprise for me. But I was thinking that maybe if that was the only thing, then I could go buy some new tires. But if there was a lot of other stuff and maybe stuff that I couldn't just fix, then it would be really annoying to spend a lot of money on tires. But that was one thing, no big surprise there. Another thing was the trailer hitch. I did not install locking nuts on those. That's a requirement, so I have done that now. And of course they found some more rust. Not a lot, but I think they found 3 holes in total in the inner wheel arch. One of the holes was right next to one of the fixes that I had already made, so that was a bit silly. And then the last thing, I actually forgot to mount the rear seats proper. I missed one bolt, so it was rocking a little bit. So no, it did not pass. But as you can maybe see, it is not that bad. And actually, the braking test was completely successful. And the pollution level on this one was surprising the MOT man. I think it's allowed 3%. And this one only had 1% of, I don't really know what pollution thing they're actually measuring on the diesel. But yeah, it was not a lot. And I went back home and started welding again, fixing all the stuff, ordering new tires, which was really difficult to do at this time margin, but I actually succeeded. Then I went to the MOT station this Friday and it passed. So yeah, all that hard work was not for nothing, at least not at the moment. It could still break down when we go on the trip, but it is now road legal and it's, oh, I'm so happy about it. It's hard to explain because, yeah, of course I was expecting this to succeed because if not, then I wouldn't try, but still, there's been so much work on this car. Back in December, when I took the gearbox out of this car, out here in the driveway in frosty weather and snow and all that, to fix the clutch, fixing all the braking system, and then just heaps of rust work. It's been a big project and it's by no means finished at all, but it's road legal now. But actually it isn't, because this is a camper. And in Denmark, when you buy a camper, you pay a lot less tax than on a normal car. I think it's 60% or something like that, less. So in order to have it as a camper, it actually needs to be fitted out as a camper. And this one is not, it's completely empty in the back. So it's not legal to use at the moment, and I risk a big fine, and also I would have to pay the tax to a normal person carrier or bus if I was stopped driving around in this one at the moment. Therefore, I need to build, actually I thought it was just enough to put a bed in the back and maybe a portable kitchen, but it's not really. As far as I know, I need to make a bed, a table, a kitchen, working kitchen, and I think that's about it. So I have now started the next process on this project, which is being a carpenter, which I'm not really good at, to be honest, especially not making things straight and so on. But I'm trying now to build a bed, a table, a kitchen that is working, and also a power station so that we can recharge our phones and stuff like that. And yeah, take a look at this. This is going to be the bed. The plate right there folds over onto that side, which is the table at the moment, making a big bed. Of course, it's not long enough, so we need to make some longer pieces down here. And down here, I hope to build a kitchen and make a floor and all that. There's a lot of work to be done still. As you can see, we now have brand new tires on it. This was the area that I had to make another patch. And in here as well, there was actually no holes in here, but it was just a very thin plate, so I didn't notice it. Now it's fixed. And then a little bit on the other side as well. But now the task is to build the bed, the table, and then I started to build a kitchen over here. And trying to sound insulate it a little bit because it's extremely noisy. I also have the feeling that something, or the rear differential, is making more noise than it has to be doing. And I really hope that an oil change could sort that out, so I'm going to do that today. I'm not going to make a lot of video about this building process because I'm in such a hurry. Take a look at this. Boop. So let's try to service this rear differential because I think, yeah, no matter what, it needs an oil change. It's been at least 15 years ago, and it's something that tends to be neglected, to be honest, especially in my country. I suspect this is the filler plug and this is the drain plug. It's good practice to always make sure that you can take out the filler plug before trying to remove the drain plug, because if this breaks off and you have drained it, then you're in big trouble. So let's try that. Yeah, I don't have the right tool, so I have made my own. Yeah, it came loose. This needs around 1.6 liters of oil. I suspect it is supposed to drain out from here when it's filled. But I can't even reach it with my pinky, so it's at least low on fluid. That's for sure. Let's try to pull the drain plug and hopefully something comes out. Ugh. Yeah, something is coming out, but it's not looking very fresh. And there is not a lot. Yeah, this really needs oil. This is really bad, unfortunately. Hopefully it's not too damaged. Because it's so clean on the backside, that was a clear indication for me that it was leaking, because oil will be dripping out and then washing the rear of the differential off, and then it's of course completely dry because it's 15 years ago. I'm gonna see if I can find some oil to flush it with, because I want all that crap to come out. So yeah, it is supposed to have 1.6 liters. Maybe 100 milliliters has come out. It's really not good. I'm just gonna hope that it has dripped out while being stationary. And yeah, I have been driving it for some kilometers for the MOT and so on. But hopefully that hasn't damaged it too much. But yeah, it's not ideal. I'm gonna flush it a bit with some oil. And the new washer goes in. Oh, I really hope it's not been too damaged from this error or lack of fluid, because I suspect these trucks to be front wheel driven normally. I'm not sure, but I think that's the case. So this must be a specific part for the 4x4, so it must be rare, because there are not a lot of these around. But it would be a fun project to rebuild it if I can get parts for it. I don't know if that's possible either. Let's just hope it's all right. It sounded like a fart. Oops, sorry. I think that would be fine. So of course it's not a good thing with no oil in the differential, but as far as I know, this system is like the T3 synchros. That means that there is a vicious coupling up there, which means that 95% of the drive is at the front wheels. Unless the front wheel starts spinning, then it will send power to the rear. So this is only getting 5% torque normally. So running it without oil is maybe not that damaging as it would be if it had 100% torque going through it. But no matter what, it's not a good thing, and let's just hope it's dripped off while it was standing still. I'm trying to make a kitchen right now. I'm just gonna make it so we can go on a trip on the first adventure in the C25, and then we're gonna learn what we need in this van and how we would like it to be organized and all that. It's really difficult to know how stuff works before we really try it. Do we need a big bed? Do we need a smaller one? Do we need a bigger table? Do we need a bigger water supply and all that? So we're just gonna throw something together, bring a lot of tools, and then go on the trip, maybe fix some stuff and change some stuff on the trip. But I still have a lot of work to do before we can even go. Still have to get the kitchen to work, make the sink, make some electrical system so we can charge up some stuff. I would also like to do a bit more servicing on the engine. I got a couple of loose fan belts, and I really would like to change the gearbox oil as well. But we are getting there, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Anyway, thank you for watching. Remember, you can support me on Patreon if you like. There is a link in the description. And see you in the next one.